Okay. All right. So fourth period, foundations. Everybody at home, virtually, you know that you went and you are, if you are here live with us, you've already come to your module. You've already come to your daily announcement. And then you saw today, and that's how you got to your link. And then it told you about your daily assignments. That you have to make sure that you upload, tonight by 11:59. And today's recording, I will, for those of you that are not with us live, I will make sure that the recording, hopefully you've been able to see that every day I post the recording. So we're going to move on from there. I have a couple of little slide things I want to show you, and then I will tell you what we're doing today, etc. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about before we, I feel like I'm going backwards. Hold on. I'm getting confused because I have advanced classes, I have foundation classes. I want to make sure I'm telling you where you need to be. Let me see what I had. I know what I'm telling you. Everything fails to download everything. I'm sorry, y'all. Bear with me. I'm sorry. Does this happen in your other classes, or is it just me? It does, because I do I? Okay, good, because I sometimes feel like I'm just incompetent and can't get anything to work right. All right, I'm gonna go back to Canvas. I was trying to upload. Nothing seems to want to upload when I want it to upload. Okay, we're back in your module, and we're gonna go to what we're working on today. We're getting into line, we're gonna get into drawing, we're doing like a lot of things. Gosh, I got a mess everywhere. Well, let me talk to you a little bit about this right here. You might have already seen it on your modules, the sketchbook art assignments. So starting next Monday, everybody, whether you're face-to-face or virtual, every day you're gonna have a sketchbook assignment in addition to your daily assignment, in addition to if we're working on a larger project. And all you're gonna do, you'll end up uploading, you're gonna take pictures of your work every day, and then on Fridays you're gonna upload them for me. I've got to upload your actual where the actual thing is, so we won't go there right now, but I just am letting everybody know that you need to make sure by Monday, you've got your sketchbook, you're doing your daily art in it, you're doing your sketchbook assignment in it, and then if we're working on a project, you also have that going on as well. So what we're going to talk today about is line. Line is the beginning of, I did this in art. I did it earlier today. So I'm just going to go to my Google Drive and pull it up here. All right, this is the beginning of everything. This is exactly what I would do if all 30 of us were all together instead of some here, some there, some virtual. This is exactly what I do, every year at the beginning of foundations. We're going to start with line. Line is the most Well, in art, there are the elements of art, and then there's the design principles, and that's how we organize art. You probably in elementary or middle school might be familiar with the elements of art. They're line, value, space, color, texture, and color. And the beginning, you know, we like to start off is with line. So we're just going to talk about line a little bit. We're going to talk about some drawing concepts. We're going to be doing some projects with it. A line is simply a mark that has length and direction. So it's a mark, it's going somewhere. It's a length, has a length, and it has a direction. It's also the element of art which can. Hi, oh, you're fine. You're fine. Mask.
Some free masks. You get 5 free masks.
So I just need to know, you ride a bus. He's Miss Spain, right? Yeah, so basically just get mom to sign that, and you gotta bring it back and give it to the bus driver.
All right, no problem.
Thank you, Miss Thing. Keep teaching your heart out.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Joyner, this morning, I heard you teaching.
True, I know. I even said soapbox at one point, and I was like, I know they don't know what a soapbox is, but I was on one. Okay, line. Line is a mark. Okay, what's great about line is it doesn't have to be made with art materials. You can take your finger into a thing of cake batter and draw a line. You can, after it rained, go outside, you know, in the mud and take a stick and make a line. A line is just a continuous mark on some sort of surface by a moving point, all right? A line. We all feel good with that. Types of lines: vertical lines, horizontal lines, diagonal lines, straight lines, curved lines, angular lines, thick lines, thin lines. So every type of line, you can then have a very thick vertical line. You can have a very thin horizontal line. You can have a very curvy, curvy broken line. There are 5 types of lines. So vertical, horizontal, diagonal, zigzagged, and that's it. 5. Okay, the simplest line, this is where we're gonna start. This is what we'll be doing a lot of, is a contour line drawing. A contour line drawing is just the outline of the edges that make up something. So an outline drawing would be if, you know, I fell over dead right here and they, you know, had to take my body, but the investigators wanted to see where I laid at. You all watch CSI and stuff. That tape little thing around is an outline, but that outline wouldn't show, you know, different parts that made up my body, my face. The contour line is what does that. And that's what we're going to be working on for a while. Hi, good to see you. Stop me if you have any questions. I know I talk like super fast, so just, you know, let me know if you need anything. So let me see where I'm at. Okay, so contour line. We're going to be working a lot with contour lines. Okay. And this might be all I'm going to show you from here. Yes. Okay, that's all I'm going to show you from there. I kind of am jumping around. So we've just started the very beginning of line, which is one of the very first art elements that we use. And I want to go to the intro to drawing, because that's what we're going to be doing initially. And then we can move on to other types immediate. So these PowerPoints all should be on your modules. If they're not, I will make sure they're today. Okay, this is a very important thing I'm about to tell you. This is the best little thing that will help you draw exactly. This is a great drawing tip. What we're gonna do is start training your eye to draw exactly what it sees. And I know that sounds like confusing right now, but what I mean is your brain like takes information so quickly. So in your brain, like right now, if I said draw an apple, you can tell I've done this already earlier today. You would, okay, my brain knows what an apple looks like, and where my little board marker goes. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so if I said draw an apple, your brain has a symbol. Your brain has a symbol for, you know, what an apple looks like. You know, and then maybe it had a little leaf right here or something. Your brain has these visuals in its head. Yes, I know that's an apple. But if I put an apple in front of you, that apple in front of you does not look like that apple, okay? But if I put that apple in front of you, and throughout these weeks, this is what we're gonna be learning how to do. I'm gonna teach you how to move your eye and your pencil. You're gonna be looking at various things in front of you, and really the less you would look at your paper, the better. And we're gonna start training your eye to follow along whatever you're drawing, and while your eye is around the apple, you know, you're drawing that exact line. We're gonna get to that. But that is a big drawing tip, is drawing what you see and not what you know. We're not doing this today, but later on this week, we're gonna get into some other tricks to help you in this process. And what I'm gonna show you now is why all these tricks are gonna be helpful. Okay, bear with me, y'all. Which, on the screen, and I know y'all, hopefully you can see from there, on this screen, which looks the more artistic side? Okay, right, yes, the right brain, yes, that was a very trick question, thank you, Zachary. The right brain looks obviously a lot more artistic than the left side of your brain. We all have a brain in our heads. We all have, wrong computer. We all have a brain in our heads. We all have two sides of the brain. Okay, this is very important. This must have been what Ms. Bell heard me talk about earlier, because this is just crazy. How just magnificent our brain is, and how what I'm about to tell you is, you know, going to kind of help you get back into art. Your left brain is the side that does math. It's the side that knows, okay, you know, the bell rings in 2 minutes, or the bell rings in 5 minutes. You know, I've got 2 minutes to go. It's the side of your brain that can process things and make order and compute things. It's the side of your brain that can analyze things. It can take all the information, like say you're in a lecture class and your teacher's talking, and then all of a sudden her voice gets a little bit higher, and that kind of just tells you, oh, I need to write that down. You know, she's telling me I need to write that down. It's very analytical. It can process all this information and make quick decisions. It's very orderly. And if you notice all these subjects over here with it, science, control, you know, math, accurate, it is always, the left side of the brain is always, that answer's either wrong or it's right. Pretty much like in math. And, you know, some of your science classes and stuff, I don't think Miss Mask has like any type of structure. It's either wrong or right. Okay, well then we have this right side of your brain. Your right side of the brain is just free. It's not walking in a straight line. There's no order. Clothes are everywhere. You in your kitchen, you know, you might have the pots and pans with the bread, you know, there's no order anywhere. Everything's kind of just free flowing. It's the side of your brain that, you know, you might be shopping somewhere and you might kind of have this creepy feeling that, you know, somebody's following you or something. It's a side of you that has your intuition, which is a very powerful tool. It's the side of you that's really wild and free, like really. Now, why this is important in here? How old are you when you go to kindergarten? 5 or 6. Okay, 5 or 6, perfect. 5 or 6. Well, before you go to kindergarten, this is your world. This was your world, your right side of your brain. Before you went to kindergarten, everything, think back, and I know we don't all remember when we were little, but think back to, even if you've had younger siblings or cousins or whatever, when you're 5 or below, you are carefree. You've put on a zebra t-shirt and polka dotted pants with 2 different color shoes. You might be running around without anything on. You have no fear. You are carefree. You don't know that, well, maybe I shouldn't wear white after Labor Day, or there all these rules. You are not following any rules. You might like the color. When I was little, I used to color with crayons on the wall, like in my bedroom. I used to get in trouble all the time for that. You might be given a coloring book and you colored everywhere but what needed to be colored. Okay, so my point is, when you are 5 and younger, this is your world. You're asking all these why? You aren't following any rules. You're just carefree. Just think back, like, when you were younger, you're out in the mud, you're like eating the mud, all that. Okay, well, after 5, you go to school, you go to kindergarten, and then all of a sudden it is, okay, when we go to lunch, kind of like COVID now, we're going to walk in a single file line, and we're going to hold our finger over our face like this. And when we're sitting in a circle, we have to keep our hand, there's rules. My point that I'm trying to express here is, when you go to kindergarten and here on out, as you are right now, not whatever grade you are in high school, from kindergarten on, this over here starts kind of just, it's there. You can do a really cool little project, for your science group project, but this right here starts to get developed. And that's all you're doing. Your teachers have these weird rules, like you need to put, such and such in the left-hand corner and such in the right-hand corner of your notebook paper, and everything is a rule. Everything's orderly, and that's all you have. And so what we like to do in this class is to wake this side of your brain up, okay? And we'll do little activities, they're, kind of like your daily assignments. My job is to wake this side up. And some of you, it might still be, just as completely working, just completely as this is. Another little fact I want to tell you about your brain, because this left side of your brain is the verbal side, okay? That's also the verbal side. This is all that gut stuff and how you feel and your emotions and, all of that. If you could have talked before you learned how to walk, you would have talked yourself out of walking. That makes sense? When you learn how to walk, generally you don't have a lot, you're mumbling, you've gone from crawling to now I'm pulling, myself up on something, and, you're fearless. If your left side of your brain had been more developed and you could talk, you would have talked yourself out of going from that comfortableness, crawling, to the new world of standing up. So I'm just telling you, it's a very, very powerful part of your brain. I want to turn the lights on one more second, and I want to show you something that will maybe help show you how powerful your brain is. Turn the lights on. I'm going to ask for a volunteer from our class because I need a volunteer to show this, okay? So I'm going to turn the lights on, and those of you at home, I want you to do this to someone today, or have someone do this to you once you learn the directions. Okay, I'm going to turn the lights on. I know one of y'all wants to be my volunteer. Please, I need one little volunteer. Okay, thank you, Zach. It's not hard. It's fun. It's nothing. Just come up here. It's not hard. It's not anything. No, All I need is your hand, your fingers. Okay, stand right here so, people can see you, but not, you know what I mean. Like, just stand right there. Okay, y'all, this is what I want y'all to do today to somebody, or have somebody. Yes, Zach is doing his first cameo in class. Okay, Zach, do you think that if I point to one of your fingers, you could wiggle it?
For sure.
Okay, for sure. Okay, for sure. All right. Okay. Now there's some rules here. You know, I hate to be all left brain, but there's some rules here. Now, when we get ready, I'm going to point at one of your fingers. You cannot ask me a question. You can't say which one, where, and I can't actually touch his finger, which is perfect for COVID. Okay, see, I mean, I can do this like, you know, staying away. It's perfect. Okay, so still feel like you can. I'm gonna show you. So you are gonna wiggle whatever finger I'm pointing at. Okay, you ready? Okay, this is what I want you to do. Maybe face this way so they can see. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to do it first. You are going to take your hands. Let me see if they can see me. And then interlace them, you know, like clap like this, interlace them, and then pull through. That's all you gotta do, okay? Now, I'm gonna point to one of his fingers and he's gonna wiggle it because he said, I think he said for sure, right? For sure? Okay, all right, okay, so get back in that position. And I'm gonna try from a distance, you know, so I'm not giving him COVID. I'm gonna point to one of his fingers and he's gonna wiggle it.
The middle finger?
Okay, he did it perfect, even though he asked me a question or said something. Okay, if y'all notice, I pointed to this finger. This is the finger he wiggled, all right? Do you see that what we've done, and you're good, thank you.
She pointed to the knuckle.
Okay, okay, well, I'm gonna do it to the class, the rest of the people here. My point is, when we did this, you did good though. When we did this, this crossed over your brain. It crossed over how you process stuff. So it kind of messed everything up because that left side of your brain, and you really, if you would be honest, you really should feel like a little like, oh, this is uncomfortable for my head, like for a second. You know what I mean? Like it should feel uncomfortable. So my whole point with that whole thing is we're going to do things that are uncomfortable. But they're not uncomfortable. I mean, like when I say uncomfortable, they're not the norm because we're in art. We don't need to do like everything you do in your other classes. That's my point. And tomorrow we'll do something that goes with that. What we're doing today, let me get back and make sure I've said everything to everybody. Line. I feel like I got one more thing to say. And I'm gonna. Yeah, you can. You know where it is? Probably, but since it's right there, and I still got live stuff going on, just go. Will you turn the lights off on your way out? Thank ya. Okay, my last little presentation for you. Okay, so I told you that in art, you know, we have the elements of art, and then we have the design principles. And I just wanted to show you this image right here a little bit more because this is what you're going to be doing today. My virtual people, this is what you're going to be doing today. I've told you that there are vertical, diagonal, horizontal, curved, zigzag lines. And then, you know, I've also said that these lines can be thick or thin. And, you know, I just wanted to show you also, they can be like, you know, an actual bold line. They can be like an implied line that's, you know, kind of sketchy, like it kind of skips a space. Think like a snake sliding through, you know, the dirt. You don't see, typically, I guess unless it's some gigantic big snake, typically you kind of see it, it stops, you know, you see it again, you know, you see lines after they've gone on. So that's called an implied line. I thought there was another line here. I don't know why I don't see it. And then there's like a gestural, hello, why don't I see you here? There's another line here, which is like a sketchy gestural line. So my at-home people, my virtual people today, you are going to be taking that concept, and for your daily work today, hello. Well, I'll pull it up from my Google. This is what you're going to do today, and take a picture of and upload my virtual people. Okay. So here again is what I just was telling you about. An outline, a line, a sketchy line, you know, it's kind of real fast, and then an implied line. What I want you to do today and upload by 11:59, I want you to take your name and write your name in those 3 types of, you know, an outline, a sketchy line, an implied line. I want you to do that for today's daily assignment and upload. So that's what we're doing today. Tomorrow we're going to do some, you know, a little bit more uncomfortable things to get your brain working. Well, your brain's working, but to get your right side of your brain working. And then we're going to start really drawing contour lines. We're going to start actually with your hand. I'm going to do a demo tomorrow, show you how to, not like a Mickey Mouse hand, like not like a hand that you laid down and traced and turned into a turkey, you know, when you were in elementary school, but I'm going to teach you how to look at your hand and draw your hand. Okay. So that's what we're going to be working on the next few days is drawing from observation and slowing down and really seeing what we're drawing. Any questions, my live people that have chimed in? Everybody good? All right, well, I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to upload it so you can see it later on. And then email me if you have any questions, and I'm still trying to get all grades and attendance and all that stuff in the computer. So hopefully, I mean, don't freak out about anything. I know the majority of everybody has been turning in everything in. So I'm going to hopefully get things all together. All right. Email me if you have any questions, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.